All right, so that brings us to, and if I can just get councillors to keep their seats for a moment. I know we're running late, and I know that we are probably hungry and wanting to rush off for lunch. However, I'll just make some comments as we finish. That concludes the hearing of submissions. So we had 2 meetings in the diary, one tomorrow and one on Monday, which are now no longer required. But what I would like to do as we conclude this meeting is to thank staff. I've been pleasantly surprised at how well this has run. Hearing submissions at the same time as we were open for submissions was always going to be a reasonably dynamic and challenging environment. And I know that staff have been challenged by this, much more than we've seen. I think staff have done, it's fair to say, a great job in supporting us in these meetings, in making sure that the experience of submitters was a good one, and in organising the submissions and the submitters and the agendas for these meetings in a way that we've been able to engage well with them. I've certainly felt well supported as the chair, and as you've seen this morning, even this meeting has been quite dynamic, with people being slotted in and people coming later and so on. All of that has been very well managed. So I'd like to thank the staff. It's a dynamic, difficult and very unusual environment, but staff have gone above and beyond to make sure that we're well supported, which has created a good experience for submitters, and certainly from my point of view a good experience for us as elected members as well. So thank you very much indeed to the staff that are here and others that I know are working behind the scenes to make all of this happen. Tim, there was something you wanted to say?
Just to make it clear, because we are being live streamed, I presume, that so the submissions close on Monday the 29th, so any submissions that are made, obviously, is what you're saying, will not be heard or do not have the ability to be heard. So can we just make that clear?
I can absolutely clarify that when we went out for submissions, what we did was to indicate that if people wanted to be heard, they needed to make that request by the end of the day, on the 18th. We've been very lenient in allowing people that didn't signal that by the end of the day on the 18th. We've been very lenient in allowing people to be heard. My motivation as the chair of this panel has always been to hear from people if we possibly can. Yep. But clearly there needed to be, even though we relaxed the formal cut-off, in terms of organising, there needed to be a real cut-off, which we said was midday today. That's the reason why we slotted a couple of extra people in today as a result of that. But yeah, we've done everything we can to be flexible. We've certainly been very lenient around what originally was a end of the day on the 18th cut-off for people wishing to be heard, realising that people can be heard before they submit their written submission, and we're still open for the lodging of written submissions until the end of Monday the 29th, and all of those submissions will be read by all councillors regardless of whether people have been heard or not. So yeah, thank you for raising that, because it just makes an opportunity to make a statement to those people that may well be interested.
Thank you.
All right, so on that note, thank you to everybody involved, and I'll close the meeting. Thank you. Thank you.